right, so we're actually going to talk about some people that we want to do some trading away, some people that we might say trade targets, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with our tradeaways. So these are just going to be guys that we think, or we kind of just recommend selling high or just selling in general. And we'll just go, you just want to do it by position?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it by position. So let's do with quarterbacks.
Okay. Quarterbacks, we didn't do much just because it's the quarterback position. We put Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, he's the 9th quarterback overall right now on the season. He's had some very good games, had some below average games. But we know what Russell Wilson is. Mm-hmm. We've seen it so many times over the past seasons. Things can flip very easily. And the stretch that he's about to come up to right now over the next month, this Thursday night, they're playing the Rams. Tough defense. Then they're playing Pittsburgh, who isn't as scary as they used to be, but they're still good defense. And you have New Orleans. Jacksonville, who's sneaky, his defense can come on at times. Mm-hmm. And then you have a bye week. You're in a division where you're playing the Rams, you're playing San Francisco, you're playing the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
All three of those good defenses.
Yeah.
And they've only played San Francisco so far once.
Yeah.
So you have 5 more matchups to get through.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the rest of his season outlook.
You also have a Chicago in there, Washington, Green Bay. So
definitely going to be tough.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to running backs.
Okay.
One that I was looking at is Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's not that I don't like Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor looks incredible.
Yes.
He is. He's very, very good.
He's been extremely efficient. He's looked good when he's gotten the ball or has received the ball. The problem is he's just not getting the ball.
No.
And when you're looking at, I mean, he was a lot of people's first pick.
Yeah.
And right now he's the 21st ranked running back.
He's got the name. He's got the talent to keep people hoping.
Yes.
And because I understand why if you would be hesitant. If I had Jonathan Taylor, I would only sell him for the right player. I'd have to get adequate value for him.
Yeah.
I'm not selling him low at all. Because like last week, he only got 16 carries, but 103 yards and a rushing touchdown.
Right.
He can do that.
Yeah.
But the week before that, he had 10 carries. The week before that, 15 carries. He's only seen 12 targets on the season.
Mm-hmm.
He's only been in the end zone once. Quentin Nelson just got put on the IR.
So
he's missing time. Yeah. Wentz has been dealing with injuries. The offensive line just hasn't looked right all season.
Right.
I mean, even with Marlon Mack, he's been getting, what's the word? Oh, I did this earlier. Healthy scratches.
Oh, yeah.
He wants a trade. He hasn't been playing, but Jonathan Taylor's workload is still not where it needs to be. So if you can sell high on him or just sell him for adequate value,
just adequate value.
I would be interested in looking at that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know the rest of the season if I trust where he's going. Like, if this is what he's going to look like the rest of the season, I'm not a fan because again, you spent your first round pick. This is definitely would be in my realm of a bust of a first round pick.
He'll definitely be better than this, but like that top 5 potential you're hoping for, maybe I don't see that happening right now.
Right. Yeah. So he's definitely somebody I would look at trading. JT. I think JT has him in like all the leagues.
Yeah, I tried trading for him at Dynasty. He's like, dude.
Dynasty, yes. Dynasty, different value.
He's like, I like what you're giving. It's Jonathan Taylor. He's on my team. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You gotta also pay for the that's his team, dude. Like he's a Colts fan.
Yeah. So another guy to trade away.
Mm-hmm.
Cordell Patterson.
That's right. That is what we said.
If you didn't know, he's the 2nd overall running back on the season right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen 27 rushing attempts for 119 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown. But he's seen 22 targets, 18 receptions for 235 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. I believe he's coming off a 3 receiving touchdown game. He's had another 2 touchdown game in there.
Yep.
This ain't lasting, guys.
Yeah, this is like the perfect, like the epitome of what we say when we say sell high.
He's seeing 35% of snaps.
Yeah. He is not on the field long enough to sustain this crazy.
I give it to him. He looks good out there. It's not going to last.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts is going to evolve in this offense. Calvin Ridley, I don't believe, has a touchdown on this season.
Yeah.
Russell Gage has been missing time. There's other players here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you're seeing almost as many targets as you have carries, that
is funny. Besides week 1, week 2, 7 rushing attempts, 7 targets. Week 3, 7 rushing attempts, 7 targets. Last week, 6 rushing attempts, 6 targets.
Yeah. Like he's literally just,
Yep.
It's just
take advantage right now. Like you're not going to be able no one's going to trade Cordell Patterson for Jonathan Taylor, but get something for him now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can trade for like a mid-tier wide receiver, I would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, or even upgrade with a mid-tier running back.
Exactly. That's the nice thing. Cordell Patterson and pretty much every platform is a running back and a wide receiver.
Yeah, so you can use them either or. And if you want to stick with them, that's fine. We just don't recommend it because there's no way that's going to continue. Last on our list, another trade away, Chris Carson.
Yes.
Just not another kind of one of those guys that's just not seeing the volume.
No, he's not. And his snap percentages the past 2 weeks have been under 50% both games. The problem with Carson is he's been efficient on the ground so far this season. He has 3 touchdowns on the season. Hasn't hit a 100-yard game. He's only seen 6 targets on the season. And his rushing attempts per game are not good. Like last week, 13 attempts. The week before that, 12 attempts. The week before that, 13 attempts. Week 1 was 16 attempts, which is good enough. He also saw 3 targets in that game for 3 receptions. He's just not seeing the volume, and they're using other guys in there. Alex Collins is on the field a decent amount. I think this is the time to trade Chris Carson. He was drafted decently high enough. He's got the name. He will have some games where he gets in the end zone twice and has a big rushing game. I'm really concerned, though. I don't know where the receptions went.
Yeah, he's never been like a massive reception guy.
No, but last year seeing 46 targets, 36 receptions, 4 receiving touchdowns, that is adequate.
Yeah, but I mean, he could still end up with that.
He's on pace not to.
Okay, well, fair. But, the thing is with him right now, too, is like I don't even see a lot of explosive plays.
No.
I think he's had two...
he looks good on the field, but he hasn't had any of those big, long runs.
Like
he had one, I want to say 2 weeks ago. I remember he had one big touchdown run.
Right.
But that's about it.
Right. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks
And he's
ago.
about to play the Rams, and then Pittsburgh, and then New Orleans. All tough run defenses.
Right. I mean, the Rams have definitely been giving up some rushing yards, but you're right. I mean, he's only had 2 10-yard or 10-plus yard runs this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not normal. So definitely looking at trying to get rid of him if you can. Again, it's still Chris Carson, so the name still has value, but I don't know how much he would really get for him. Like I'm not looking at targeting him.
Yeah, I am glad in the offseason in our Dynasty League I did move Chris Carson, and I'm pleased with that decision at this point.
Yeah, I tried trading for him, and you're like, no, I don't want to get rid of him.
Well, I got DJ Moore for him, so
that's fair. You're not going to get DJ Moore right now for him.
No.
That is definitely not going to happen. You can try.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you can try anything you want.
Yeah, you can try whatever you would like, but that is not going to happen.
Okay.
Let's move down to wide receivers.
Yes. Who do you want to start with? Because all these are pretty interesting.
Let's go Jamar Chase.
Okay. Chase. I talked about it last week. I had a feeling he'd be on this list for me, and he made the list.
Yep.
There's a couple main reasons. One, he's that superstar rookie. Yep. 5th overall pick this season. He's supposed to be that generational type of wide receiver. He's been good. Right now, he's the 8th best wide receiver in half-point PPR scoring. That is also good. But again, like I talked about last week, the underlying statistics are kind of nerve-wracking. T. Higgins has missed a little bit of time. He has 4 touchdowns on the season. He's only hit 100-yard once. The only other game he came close was 77 yards. His targets were finally up last week. He saw 9 targets, caught 6 of them for 77 yards. Again, didn't hit the end zone. That's a 10-point game. They spread the ball around in this offense. Boyd's been killing it. They still throw to Auden Tate. CJ Uzomah was making big plays last week. You have Joe Mixon in the backfield, who will miss some time now, but will be back. I think you could get a lot for Chase right now, and I would take
Yeah.
advantage of that.
Yeah. I think he's another one of those guys you can sell kind of high, and I'm with you. I don't
the talent is
lasting.
there. Like, I mean, we've been showing his highlights throughout the season so far.
Yeah.
He's made some incredible plays. The volume's just low, and this is the high point.
Yeah,
because he's going to be good the rest of the season. Like, I don't see him dipping below a wide receiver 2, but I don't see him staying as a mid wide receiver 1 the rest of the season.
Right. Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. I think the reason he is there is because of the 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's tied for second, in the league, as far as touchdowns go. And again, he's not receiving targets. I mean, a 5 and a 4.
The 9 was nice to see.
Yeah,
that was very good.
But I mean,
see.
When you're looking at targets, you're looking at like someone like Deontay, who's behind him right now in rankings, but I would rather have.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have Deontay because he's getting 14 or 15 targets a game, 11 receptions. He's not getting that.
Yep.
So I definitely think you can get some value out of it for sure. Let's go to Deandre.
Okay.
So Hopkins is another one on our list. This offense is it's kind of similar. They're spreading the ball out a lot.
They spread the ball too much.
Yeah.
Right now, let's see their top 5 pass catchers. Reception leader, Chase Edmonds with 20. DeAndre Hopkins has 17. Christian Kirk has 16. Rondell Moore has 16. AJ Green has 15. Max Williams has 15.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go receiving yards? Chase Edmonds has 140, not that much. DeAndre Hopkins, 225. He has the third most on the team. Christian Kirk, 244. Rondell Moore, 211. AJ Green, 248. Actually, the receiving yard leader on this team right now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins has the lead. He's got 3 touchdowns, but Christian Kirk has 2. Rondell Moore has 1. AJ Green has 2. Max Williams has 1. They spread the ball around in this offense so evenly right now. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
We thought it was Rondell Moore stepped up. Week 2.
Yeah, dude, we were
good. We're like week 3, play Rondell Moore. Nope.
Right.
Christian Kirk has 2 good games out of the first 3 weeks. Week 4, play with Christian Kirk. No. Now AJ Green's having a big game. Like,
yeah,
I'm not touching this offense right now. I like Chase Edmonds as the running back position.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Hopkins, still very good. You still play him every single week, but trade on his name.
Yep.
Get value for his name right now.
Yeah, I mean, think about this offense is looking really good in football, but as far as fantasy, it's something that you don't want to touch. There's teams we don't want to touch because of the fact that they could have 3 or 4 different wide receivers that you like, and you never know who's going to play. The same thing if you have a running back by committee. You just don't know who's going to be the guy this week. Again, AJ Green, monster week this past week. It was great. If you played him in DFS, dude, you killed it. Again, Rondell Moore, week 2, we were super high.
Yep.
Nothing. So and he hasn't been close since.
No.
So it's getting very frustrating. The one consistent thing I can say is DeAndre Hopkins is at least being consistent. It's just not DeAndre Hopkins numbers.
Yeah.
And when you probably paid up to get him already, it's definitely going to be disappointing.
In the past 2 weeks, he's seen 13 targets, caught 7 of those for 88 yards for a combined point total of around 12 points.
Yeah.
The past 2 weeks.
Yeah. So it's not DeAndre Hopkins numbers. Not when you have other people.
It's definitely going to be better than that. He's not going to stay this low, but again, it's DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
That name carries a lot of weight, a lot of value.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, last one. Let me double check.
Last wide
receiver, Robert Woods.
This one
hurts.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get much for him, but it's better to move on now than later. The targets have been sparse. The connection, he has been a dink and dunk player so far this season. Nothing downfield at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen 2 touchdowns on the season. Hasn't cracked more than 64 yards in a game. Hasn't had more than 5 receptions in a game. And it's the Cooper Kupp show. It really is.
Yep.
And now Van Jefferson seems like he's just as involved in this offense as Robert Woods.
Yep.
Tyler
almost like they flipped.
Yeah, Tyler Higbee he's still being involved. Deshaun Jackson catches some deep passes every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Woods, I think he has enough name value now and enough hope, just people thinking you're getting a piece of the Rams offense where you could make a little something on it.
Yeah, I'm double checking where Where's Robert Woods ranked? Why can't I find
on
him
the
right
season?
now? Yeah.
It's like mid 37th.
Okay. Yeah, so Van Jefferson's actually ranked higher than him right now.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, Van Jefferson's at 30th. Because he's seen like 50 more receiving yards.
Okay. But I mean, the point being there is the fact that, again, these guys are just very similar. And, it's another one of those teams where they have a dominant number one, it seems like, with Cooper Kupp, who's getting a lot of everything.
Oh, he's getting
And then
everything.
you have these other three that are kind of getting what's ever left over. And then you're still sprinkling in Tyler Higbee, Darrell Henderson.
Yep.
So it's very frustrating because I've been a huge advocate of Robert Woods. I think Robert Woods is amazing. I absolutely love the guy, but if I was him, I'd be getting very, very irritated with the lack of, just targets in general that he's receiving. Because I think it's ridiculous.
The targets haven't been that bad. In 4 games, he's seen 25 targets.
24, but yeah.
I have 25.
Well, I have 24.
Well, you're
wrong. It's not me that's wrong. I didn't build these websites.
Okay.
But, I mean, it looks like the most targets in a game he had was 8.
See, I see 9 in that Indy game.
Oh, see, I see 8. There's our difference.
5 receptions, 64 yards.
So, it's just not a lot.
No.
Not when he was seeing like 10 last year.
Yep.
It was like his average. So, all right.
And we got one tight end.
It's whatever, but
it's Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
Get
rid of him quick.
Yeah, this is not going to last. In the past 2 weeks, he has 3 touchdowns. He has 12 receptions for 138 yards. He's caught pretty much every pass has been thrown to him this year except 3. Just trade him. Just if you can get anything for him, trade him.
Yeah.
These are also the weeks where Amari Cooper was okay. CeeDee Lamb did nothing. Running game was all over the place.
Yeah, definitely get rid of him if you can, because I don't even know how many people actually own Dalton Schultz.
He's probably on a decent amount of rosters, but he's 3rd overall tight end right now in half.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane. There's no way.
People might see that and think, ooh.
Oh, nice. Let's pick him up and play him. And then you have like 3 or 4 bust weeks in a row, guys. That's how it works with tight ends.
Yeah.
So get rid of him quick. I don't think you're going to get much, but whatever you can get, maybe you can get Robert Woods.
I would 100% do that.
Thank you for watching the Fantasy Monsters on YouTube. If you liked today's episode, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel below. We also have a merch store we want you to check out with all new gear that we've got available. That'll be in the description. Also, if you want to see any past videos, you can check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching the Fantasy Monsters. We'll catch you next time.
Have a go.